मंजिलें उन्हें नहीं मिलती जिनके ख्वाब बड़े होते हैं। मंजिलें उन्हें मिलती हैं जो ख्वाब के साथ साथ जिद पर अड़े रहते हैं। These manifesting lines were addressed by Mr. Wasi Mohammad, Finance Officer of Bundelkhand University, on the day of birth anniversary of Srinivasan Ramanujan, the great mathematician. National Mathematics Day was celebrated by the Department of Mathematical Science and Computer Application of Bundelkhand University, Jhansi, on 22nd December 2022 of the birth anniversary of Srinivasan Ramanujan. Math-magician event was organized, in which quiz program was organized where various students of mathematical science, computer science and engineering participated. The program was started with lighting up the candles and offering flowers in front of Goddess Saraswati. Documentary of Ramanujan were also shown to the students where all his contribution and achievement were shown. The program was presided over by the Professor R.K. Saini. Mr. Wasi Mohammad, Finance Officer of Bundelkhand University, was present as the chief guest in the program. He addressed that students should not feel disheartened. Instead of that, try till the point you won't achieve something big. He also said, on the day of Ramanujan's anniversary, as far as university is concerned, there are around 21 schemes for teachers and students to participate in different competitions held in different universities to explore themselves in different fields, and they will be supported financially by the university. He ended by thanking Professor R.K. Saini, organizing committee and students. At the end of the program, Finance Officer Wasi Mohammad honored the participating team by giving certificates on behalf of the department. Professor R.K. Saini honored the Finance Officer with a memento. Dr. Anjali Saxena also expressed her gratitude. During the program, Professor Avnish Kumar, Professor Alok Verma, Professor Saurav Srivastav, Dr. Mamta Singh, Dr. Dharmendra Badal, Dr. Dharmendra Kanchan, Dr. Dharm Das, Dr. Sachin Upadhyay, Anil Kewat, Ashik Ahirwar, Mr. Kamal Kishore Gupta, and all the other faculties were present at the event. Now, have a look at what Finance Officer said.
Thank you, Professor R.K. Saini for organizing such a great program in Bundelkhand University, and Professor Avnish Kumar Sharma साहब, Professor Alok Verma साहब, बादल जी, और भी यहाँ पे जो भी फैकल्टीज हमारी मैथमेटिक्स डिपार्टमेंट की हैं और हमारे सभी स्टूडेंट्स जो यहाँ पर आज मौजूद हैं। Ramanujan is legendary person. Srinivasa Ramanujan, the man who knew infinity. A movie also has been made, and I would request all the mathematics aspirant students to watch that movie. Ramanujan, the man who knew infinity. Who used to say, Ramanujan used to say, an equation for him has no meaning. An equation for him has no meaning unless it expresses a thought of God. The brilliant 20th century Indian mathematician has been compared with all-time great mathematicians like Euler, Gauss, Jacobi because of his natural mathematical genius. The rarest of the rare, like the Himalayan peak or the Niagara Falls. The rarest of the rare. Despite his short lifespan of 32 years, Ramanujan left behind an incredibly large amount of extraordinary original work in mathematics, which has greatly influenced the development and growth of some of the best research work in mathematics of the 20th century. After his death, when his books were revealed to the public, after 1920, many field medals have been given because of the research on the theorems of Ramanujan. Field medal is just like a Nobel Prize. Field medal is given in mathematics. And you know, we are not about 30% have been deciphered. About 70% of the work is still not deciphered. Ramanujan credited his mathematical genius to divinity. उनको लगता था कि ये गॉडेस की वजह से दिस इज लोग भी कहते हैं दिस इज नॉट द वर्क ऑफ ए मैन दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच गॉड हैज क्रिएटेड सो रामानुजन बिलीव्ड that this is the work of credited all his mathematical genius to divinity and said his family goddess Namagiri revealed his mathematical knowledge to him. Namagiri भगवान है साउथ इंडिया में पूजे जाते हैं whatever he thought कि शाम को जो भी काम उन्होंने किया स्लेट पे किया and after that in the morning he thought that some dream had come and he will write a theorem, a formula. He failed twice in his FA examination, something like intermediate, got a job of a small job of a clerk, account clerk in Madras Port Trust. The chairman of Madras Port Trust was a mathematician himself, who when seeing the work of Ramanujan, in the evening he kept on writing on his trash papers. He recommended him to his seniors and somehow he came in contact with Professor G.H. Hurd. Although he studied, as you have seen in the slides, only few books, he studied G.S. Carr's synopsis on the results of pure and applied mathematics. And later on he studied Thessaloni's book. He passed just class 10. He studied these two books which influenced him. G.S. Carr's book carried some more than 5,000. Though number come to somewhere 6,000, but real numbers are something 4,900 theorems, identities and formulas. So what Carr did that he just wrote the results in his book. And Ramanujan thought that this is the way one has to write. He did not give proof in his notebooks. He followed the pattern of G.S. Carr. These two books awakened the genius of Ramanujan. Besides this, he had not studied any other book. So now you can understand, you are the students of MSc, BSc, BCA, MCA, that a student of class 10, how much he can go, how far he can, that he written those formulas which are still undeciphered. Ramanujan wrote a letter to Professor Wasi on 16 January 1930, which contained about 120 theorems taken from his notebooks. You will really appreciate what Hardy thought about those theorems and how he concluded. He thought about, what are his thoughts? Listen carefully. Srinivasa Ramanujan, a mathematical genius, must be a fraud. What he thought? A mathematical genius must be a fraud and duly went about the day according to his habits, giving a lecture, playing a game of tennis, but there was something nagging at the back of his mind. When he seen those theorems, he thought that he must be a fraud, and he did not give much importance to those theorems. But he thought that anyone who could fake such theorems, right or wrong, anybody who could fake such theorems, right or wrong, must be a fraud of genius. Was it more or less likely that there should be a fraud of genius or an unknown Indian mathematician of genius? These thoughts kept on lingering in his mind that he was either fraud, really fraud, or he was a mathematician genius from India. He went that evening after dinner to argue it out with his collaborator, Professor J.F. Vijay, whom Hardy always insisted was a better mathematician than himself. They soon had no doubt of the answer. Hardy says, now what he concluded is very interesting. These formulas defeated me completely. I had never seen anything in my life. They could only be written down by a mathematician of the highest class. They must be true because no one could have the imagination to invent them. They must be true, and no one could have an imagination to invent them. And afterward, one of the formula was solved by Professor Littlewood, and he concluded that this is the original work of a genius. As Hardy said later, that Ramanujan belonged to the class of filer and gas. Hardy made up his mind that Ramanujan somehow should come to the Cambridge and should learn what the mathematics, modern mathematics is. He wanted that he should come to Cambridge University and would not waste his mind, not waste his energy and read in English. With the help of G.H. Hardy and other benefactors. Those times India was ruled by the English. There were few benefactors, Indian. But you know who gave the work and power of Ramanujan? It was the Western world. Professor Hardy, Professor Littlewood, and the English men posted here at to Madras Port Trust, the chairman of Madras Port Trust, beside of course the collector of Nellore, V. Ramachandran, Professor Iyer, and so on. But actually he was recognized by the Western world, and Ramanujan ultimately reached to England on 14th April 1914. He worked with Hardy. Professor Hardy could not pace with him. Although he was a trained mathematician, he was a professor of Trinity College. But he could not pace with the real genius of India, Ramanujan. Ramanujan, one after another, was churning out the theorems and formulas. Every day, about half a dozen of formulas were produced by Ramanujan, and Professor Hardy could not keep pace with him. Hardy had at one place written that he could have learned and known more to Ramanujan, but he did not get the chance upon because he was busy. Every day Ramanujan put up some new things before him. He used to bring out such fantastic results in mathematics that the result will be beyond imagination of Professor Hardy. Once he was sitting in a regular class like this. Some English professor was giving a lecture, something like mock theta function, or not mock theta function, Riemann zeta function. And he asked Ramanujan, that do you understand? He said yes. Then professor asked him, can you contribute something? Ramanujan went on the board and wrote two lines, and wrote the conclusion. The English professor was amazed. How you will read that? He did not believe that it is the work of Ramanujan. How you could do that? To just explain. Ramanujan said that he does not know how he has written it, but this is his original idea. Professor did not believe it, and continued did not believe it. But later on he came to know the stature of Ramanujan, the great personality, the great mathematician of the world. I don't fear to say, although it is nowhere written that he was the greatest among them all, he is considered equal to Yadav or Yadav, but he was the greatest mathematician 100 years before his time. You have heard about this paradox. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 that is equal to minus 1 upon 12. What do you understand about this? Anyone? Is it wrong or right? First, everybody will say this is wrong. The sum of natural numbers will never convert to minus 1 upon 12. It's a divergent series. But that is true. But when we talk about something of higher level, that is the summation of zeta minus 1. It's a not natural number, summation of natural number. This is zeta function's value of zeta minus 1 that goes to minus 1 upon 12. And you have seen his 1914, what he gave for the value of pi. And from where it came, he wrote an equation for pi. The simplest one, pi is equal to 6317 plus 15 under root 5. 6317 plus 15 under root 5 upon 257 plus 15 under root 5. It's a simple formula, but nobody knows how it came and from where it came. Then the formula in 1914 which he gave for pi, something like 1 upon pi is equal to under root 8 upon 99 square, summation from n equal to 0 to infinity, factorial 4n upon factorial 4 की power n, factorial n की power 4, 1103 plus something upon 99 की power 4, 48. Now nobody has the mind or the strength to understand from where he has got this formula. Which is the basic theory from which we have got this formula. If you put n equal to 0, you get the value of pi up to 14th digit. For n equal to 0, we get the value of pi correct up to 14 digits. And when in 1986 it was calculated upon from computer, we got the value of pi through this formula, correct up to 17 million places. Correct up to 17 million places. So only goddess can help. This is not the work of man. He was such a legendary person, a real mathematician, a mathematician of very highest order, who was equal to the Eilers or Jacob, Eilers and Jacob, the greatest mathematician of the century, or even the world had. He has been alive for some more time, the world would have been different. His theories of mock theta function, he wrote when he was on the deathbed about mock theta function in a fourth notebook, which greatly helped to understand the black hole, string theory, and many fields of astronomy and physics. That great law notebook was found in the Trinity College. So, my dear students, we have such a legendary person about whom the research is being carried out, about his work. The research is being carried out all over the world in the University of Pennsylvania, Windsor, and Cambridge, of course. We must also would have in the different universities of India, but we do not have much idea what is going on in India. Might be some journal coming regularly to your department, but in general we do not get any idea that what is the breakthrough in the work of Ramanujan. Mathematics, such a great subject, and you all are the students of mathematics, like Ramanujan, who said that an equation for him has no meaning unless it expresses the thought of God. It's a divine thing. Mathematics needs your concentration, your involvement to the core, to the heart. Some students feel very difficulty in mathematics. Mathematics is a vast subject. Don't dishearten yourself. You learn step by step. Once in my exam, I did not like topology much. I thrown that book to the side of the board. That I do, I will not study. I studied something else. Then slowly I picked up, then I studied it. Then that become like something like one. So never dishearten yourself. Study what you know, study slowly. And involve yourself. You learn much more. So with these few words, I am really grateful to the Department of Mathematics and Computer Application. I am so attached to this department that he has given me a chance to be in front of you and to interact with you on the day of National Mathematical Day. And as far as university is concerned, We have around 21 schemes for teachers and for students. You participate. You participate in the conference. Go to the university, different universities. You find out what is your interest field and where you want to attend the program. Come forward, come through your teacher, your coordinator. Financially, I will support you. Find out some good programs, good conference. We have program for educational tour also, free of cost. Avail this opportunity. I am a career finance officer, but more like an academician. I like to involve you all in the academic activities, which I could not get at my time. I want you people to come on, train yourself, and don't feel the pressure of studies. Enjoy it, learn slowly and enjoy it. The university must be a place where you learn something new each day. It's not a center of pressure cooker, creating pressure in your brain. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It should be so holistic, so peaceful, so calm, and so happiness that you feel that you have learned today something. So my best wishes to all of you, keep your motivation high, keep your determination high, work hard, determine your goals, and keep working on it. मंजिलें उन्हें नहीं मिलती, मंजिलें उन्हें नहीं मिलती जिनके ख्वाब बड़े होते हैं, मंजिलें उन्हें नहीं मिलती जिनके ख्वाब बड़े होते हैं, मंजिलें उन्हें मिलती हैं जिनके ख्वाब के साथ साथ वो खुद जिद पर अड़े रहते हैं। And all the students, all the faculty members, thank you so much. All the good.